What's going on, guys? Can you hear me? Okay, we're back live recording. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is a really simple tool. This should be 30 minutes easy to show you how you can create some listing leads, but more importantly, buyer leads. And whoever is unmuted, if you can mute yourself. All right, so basically I'm gonna go to Zillow. I'm gonna pick a zip code that I want to retain as far as leads where I want to have buyers and leads that I want to have sellers, okay? Because this is going to fill that pipeline for both of those, okay? So in this case, I'm going to use 79912, okay? I'm going to draw that search. When I draw that search, it pops up with 66 current properties. I already done my narrowing, so it would come up with something that looks something like this, okay? Lots of searches, okay? This is not what we want. This is too many bubbles, okay? What I want to do is I want to narrow it down just to for sale by owners, okay? Now,
hey,
why
Brian,
am I looking for sale by? Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but are we supposed to be seeing a screen with
Zillow?
No, that's not. I'm not seeing a Zillow on
Are
the
you
screen.
seeing Sissel?
Yes.
All right, hold on 2 seconds. Let me bring that back to a different screen. All right. So I've basically just gone to Zillow. I typed in a zip code. That's all I did. Okay. So I typed in Zillow, typed in 79912. That's populated this big old mess of listings. Okay. What I want to do is narrow that down to listings that I want to pay attention to. In this case, it's only for sale by owners. The reason I'm paying attention to for sale by owners, I'll get to in a second. But when I change this, I just click on this for sale button and I change off and unclick everything except for by owner. Okay. I also do not want to have accepting backup offers and pending under contract because those are not going to be as relevant as just for sale by owners that are currently live. Okay. So I do that search. It narrows it down to 8 listings. Not too many, but enough to work for. Okay. So this is 79912. You can do this for any zip code. I suggest that you keep it kind of narrow. Don't go too crazy with this. You don't want to be going after 100 listings right away. You want to make a really narrow search so you can work that listing, work that area. And when we get to scripting, you want to make sure that you're also using honest scripting. Okay. So here is this section of 8 listings. Okay. So nothing too phenomenal, but clean listings that I'm sure all of us would want, okay? These ones are good when you're looking at things like price cuts, price cut of 15,000, price cut of 5,000, okay? When you click on one of these leads, if you scroll down to the bottom, you will notice that they give priority to who? The agents, the premier agents, the people that pay 1,000, 1,500, 700, 400, whatever it is, they're paying for these leads, right? But I'm going to show you how to create leads before you even do it. Now, how do we do that? Okay. And somebody is unmuted. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll look at this real quick. Norma, I'll unmute you. Okay. All right. So in that, I have this listing that has these people. If you'll notice at the bottom, it says property owner, 915-526-4404. Now, what are we going to do with this? How are we going to generate leads? Okay, that's the important part here, is that we need to create some value for this property owner. Now, what could be some of that value? Well, one part is that they're not getting the primary lead. They're going through another agent anyways. So why not step in and be that agent for them? Okay. Now, the way we do that is basically doing one of 2 things, okay? We need to call up the agent. Now, this is where I give credit to where credit is due. This training was completely stolen from a company called Guerrilla Loyalty, okay? And I suggest by strong nature that you get on and type in Guerrilla Loyalty onto Facebook, join their group. They have some great trainings. I am completely stealing this from them. I am not making this up in any fashion by myself. Okay, and they go into a much better depth, but I had your attention, so I'm going to use it. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to create some value for this client. So on Guerrilla Loyalty, he's actually built out a FSBO script. Okay, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Owner of XYZ property. Sorry to bother you. I'm a realtor. I was wondering if I could stop by and take a video of your property. Sure. Why? Well, I got some out-of-town buyers. Now, it has to be true. Don't be sincere, okay? Or I have some buyers that I'd like to show your property. You can manipulate the script however you see fit, but you need to be honest. It needs to be true. You can't sell them a pitch that's not real, okay? So if you don't have buyers, say, hey, listen, I'd like to present this to some buyers so I can draw them in and find the property for them, okay? Come up with the script, manipulate this part that makes sense, okay? Don't mention commission, don't ask for a commission, just be valuable to them, okay? I can send a photo of my realtor ID, basically just telling them, hey, I'm real and honest. Okay, don't mind. Very rarely will they ever counteract this. This is something that we do on call scripts, but this is a really easy, actionable way to get involved with them. Okay, they can go through. There's another scripting for it. I will post a link to this script in the YouTube channel. Okay, so basically, this is a very easy, followable script. Basically, get in, learn it, know how to manipulate it, know how to adapt it to each person. Okay. So we've come up with the fact that we're going to ask this seller to give us the opportunity to market and put a listing video of this property, okay? So what you're going to do, go through, take your phone, okay? Do a couple quick pics, do a couple quick videos, whatever you want to do to get a nice, clean listing video. Now, Guerrilla Realty has offered a free tool to assist with this, okay? So let me open up my tools here. And they have a tool called Listing Cake, LISTINGCAKE, okay? This is basically a quick, easy way to create a listing video in 60 seconds or less, okay? All you do, type in your email and create a video. It's gonna ask you to upload a few pictures, and then it's gonna go ahead and ask you some basics like, do you wanna put a layout? Do you wanna put a picture? Do you wanna put some contact information? And then you distribute that final cut. Okay, so we've created a video for this client that we are going to either present it to some buyers or whatever, right? But what do we do with this to style create leads for ourselves? Well, this is where we go back to that seller and say, hey, seller, I created that video. I would love to have the opportunity to show it to you. And they'd say, yeah, I'd love to see it. Very rarely will they say, no, I don't want to see a listing video. You say, hey, great, forward it over to them, okay? Give them a little time to stew on it. Let them kind of digest it, and then say, hey, you know what? If you would like, I noticed that you are following at the bottom of the callability when it comes to listing leads or when it comes to buyer leads. You're following up under all these agents that are paying money. What if I could give you an opportunity where one of two things, I could collect those leads for you or you could collect those leads for you. Now, this is the key part to this equation. You have to not be salesy on this. You have to not be the person that's just trying to get leads. You have to be the person that's willing to help them if they are wanting to get leads, or you help them by selling the property if they give you the leads, okay? Be honest, be sincere on how you do this, okay? Because if you lose that sincerity, that's where you're gonna lose the client. Because remember, they've been sold. FSBOs are getting called every single day to sell it to a realtor or to give it to a realtor. You have to digest and take that out of the equation. So we've created a listing video with Listing Cake, okay? Now we've presented that to the for sale by owner and say, hey, just check out my video. Now we've offered to say, hey, listen, I'd love to create some leads for you so they don't go to the premier agent in Zillow, right? Okay, great. Now they say, yes, I would love that. Say, great. All I need is I'm going to take one of your pictures and I'll present you with something. Would you like those leads to go to you, or do you want them to take them to me and I'll help facilitate for you? Okay. This is the key. Remember, you're offering it to them as a service, but you can bring it back in for you. Now, anybody have an idea why we're offering these services to the person? Anybody? No? Okay. So the reason we're offering it to them is because we're not trying to ask them for anything at this point. Okay, we're not asking them for a commission. We're not asking them for a listing. We're not asking them to get the leads. We're just saying, hey, I would like to be a resource for you. Now, could this be some time invested and you get nothing out of it? Could be, but you also created rapport with a client. And to be frank and honest, there's statistics out there from 60% to 90%, depending on the market, that people that are for sale by owner will list with an agent. 60 to 90%, that's pretty good odds, right? So when you take that in perspective, what you want to do is offer them some solution, okay? And that's all we're doing, is offering a solution. So let's say they say, absolutely. All I'm going to do is take this front photo. And my internet is running a little slow. So while that's rolling, does anybody have any questions while we're popping? All right, so I'm going to take this photo, right click it, save image as. Okay, that saves in as a photo. Then you're going to go to another tool that Guerrilla Realty does offer. Okay, sorry, I need to move the screen a little bit. All right, and I'm going to click on this, and this is called freephotobranding.com. Keep in mind that there are a lot of other tools that can do this. I know Nick has some video things that you can do a overlay on the bottom of the screen. You can do that on your phone. This is just some of the tools that they offered, so I wanted to be fair to them and offer them as well. These are free tools. They're not charging you anything. But brand my photos, okay? Once again, I'm just going to type in brand my photos. It's going to go through uploading the photo. Then you enter your info and download your photo, okay? So it's gonna come in nice and crisp. That basically shows information, okay? So I'm gonna click on brand my photos, type in my email. Okay, I'm gonna upload my photo here. Save and continue. Okay, branded photo, custom branded, call to action, okay? I'm gonna leave those things. I'm gonna go branded photo and call to action. I'm gonna put my information. Put the address, I'm gonna leave those kind of things out. Just kind of hustle on this. Put the information of the property. Okay, save and continue. Usually it shows you a little preview here. I don't see it, so I'm gonna just go ahead and download this image and hopefully it works. Oh, I forgot to upload. Hold on 2 seconds. My photo didn't download in the correct way. Okay, this is one of the issues with using Chrome. They are now taking over and hijacking the photo download. If you notice, it adds in this WEP. There is a quick hack around this on how to do it. You can either download it through Safari, or you can simply go like this, press on a Mac, Shift Command 4, and you basically create your own photo. Sorry, I didn't expect them to have that issue. Okay, and it downloads a nice clean photo, and that saves as a JPEG. So I'm gonna move that back over to my free photo branding, remove file. And I'm gonna select another file, desktop real quick. Okay, now I can look at my preview, maybe. Save and continue. All right, so now I got my photo. Download that to here. And now I have a nice clean photo that says, maybe, this, send 12345 to 915256. In this, I would add some extra text. I would say, for a video tour, send 12345 to 9152566989. I've added in my phone number. Now, you can do this through text autoresponders. If you just type in textautoresponder.com or text autoresponder, they will have a ton of ones that you can pay like a penny a piece. I will tell you that Guerrilla Loyalty actually offers a autoresponder built into their database pipeline. This is a free software, but they do charge you for the number, and they do charge you for per text. I think it's like a penny a text. Nothing crazy, but if you want to use them, it is a definite opportunity. In this case, though, you can also do this just with your cell phone. So if you get a text that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know that that's for this property. You would just send that video that you created on Listing Cake. You would send that to the client, okay? By doing that, you've now included their phone number. So now you have a lead that you can call and ask if they have any questions, concerns. Now, if the client doesn't want the lead to go out to them or out to you, but they want it to come to them, and instead of putting your number here, you would put their number, okay? And let them just share your video, which you created so you can brand that, your video out to the client. Now, why would you do this? Well, you take this link, if they've allowed you to do it, and you're gonna upload it to their Zillow. You would ask them very simply, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I understand that you're having trouble getting some leads. I'd love to help generate some leads to help you sell your home. Let me share my video tour to those people by putting this picture as your first picture on Zillow right here. So instead of it being this picture, it would be the one that we created, right? Send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a free video tour to 915-256-6989. This picture would now go onto Zillow's main screen. So when a person's searching through their screen, it would say, send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a free Zillow or a free video tour to this home. Now, you're going to get leads based on that because people don't always want to call Jessica Jackson, Gil Rodriguez, or Rustum. And they certainly don't want to call the property owner because they don't know if they even want to see this house yet, right? But if you give them an extra tour to allow them to see the property, you've gone one extra step to allow them to look at the interior of this property, okay? Now, what is your success ratio? So I tested this out. Oh, I got a chat real quick, hold on. What do we got? Norma, how many zip codes should I target? Honestly, break it down. 8 to 15 is probably max. You probably don't want to go any more than that. Truthfully told, you want to make sure that you're targeting a very specific subset because if you start just going crazy with it, you're going to lose track of it, okay? Now, there's an extra step to this, okay? So you've now generated via Zillow, but what about putting a sign in the yard to help generate leads as well? Now, this is the beautiful part about this equation, and the guys over at Guerrilla do a really great job about this, and there's a whole other training. It's about an hour long. I'm trying to narrow this down to about 30 minutes, but they also go on to build a sign, and they create a sign that simply says, text whatever, they build a custom sign, text whatever to 915-256-6989, and they say, hey, seller, would you mind if I put this in your front yard to help generate some leads? Now, the beautiful part about this is not violating any track violations or anything like that because you are not selling that house. You are not listing that house. You are actually just helping the client generate leads. Will this violate Zillow's branding policy? No. So, depends on how you read it. Zillow does have some branding policy that says you can't brand this listing. You're not technically branding this listing. You are just adding additional marketing content, which Zillow cannot restrict. So you are adding additional content to the seller to help them sell their property. So it is not eliminating or it's not branding by putting a company name or anything like that. It is not following that protocol. So this particular gentleman that's been doing this for about a year has never had a violation at all on any of the ones that he's done, and he's done 100 or so already. So the answer to that is I do not believe so. How often? So how often is a good question. You want to be resourceful, you want to be proactive, you want to make sure it's generating leads, okay? So if you put out 8 of these, let's say you got all 8 of these to commit to it, if you put out 8 of these, you don't want to start jumping to other places. You want to give these some dedication. Now, how does this generate listing leads is the real key, okay? Remember, you've provided them value. You've provided them something of circumstance, okay? So now what are you going to be getting in return is when they get frustrated with phone calls and so on and so forth, they're gonna get frustrated with that. We all know that. They may sell the property, and that'd be fantastic for both of you because you've created a friend and a raving fan of you because of the help that you helped them out with. And it took you all of what, maybe 15, 20 minutes with the phone call, with the building out the listing video and all that. Plus, you may still sell the property to one of your existing clients as it is. But let's say that they go 2 or 3 weeks. Well, now they're going to call you whenever they actually want to list with an agent because you've shown them value over time. Okay. Now, as this video or as this picture goes, basically you create a custom sign that says text 12345 for a free video tour of XYZ property to 915-256-698. Like I said, you can create a raw autoresponder, or you can just do it via your phone. When you get a text message that comes in, just forward back out that video, and now you've created a lead in that information. So quick, easy way to find 8 new listings that you can market for yourself. And I'll be honest, most of the sellers are going to say, absolutely, you can do that. And you basically, like I said, don't ask for anything. Don't ask for a commission up front. Most of the time, if they put it on Zillow, they're going to offer a commission. But that's a question you can have down the line when you actually have a buyer that you've generated for them. That's when you ask that question. Okay. And worst case scenario, you put a little extra time, you've gotten some marketing, you've learned how to use a listing video product, you've learned how to use a custom branding product. There's so many other tools that are in there that you could play with that, yeah, you might not get the sale. You might only get a few buyers out of it, but you can talk to the seller and say, listen, not everybody's going to buy your property, but I can take them to another property, or I can take them to yours. They may love yours and I can sell yours. There's a lot of different questions and a lot of different conversations that you can have with that seller. So with that, guys, I'm coming up on my 30 minutes. Questions, let me open it up. I'm gonna try and keep these down to 30 minutes if you guys don't mind. Anybody want to come off the mute? No?
Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir, David.
Could you send us that link to your video connections, where we can get these videos at? Because I need to catch up
yes.
last week's.
So all these will be in the train, which I'll add to the chat right now, but I'll also send it out in a video.
Okay.
What about call anxiety? Hold on one second, Norman, I'll get that. So it's bit.ly/C21 train. Okay. If you click there, that opens up the YouTube page.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And in the YouTube page, it has all the training videos that we've done so far. We're going to try and just throw a bunch on there. Okay. So you can jump on there at your leisure and jump on and take a look at any of them. Call anxiety. So Norma, call anxiety is a big thing that we'll all kind of have to get over. Reality is that this is why you need to take the sales pitch out of it. Okay. In this script that I will add in here, I will tell you that it kind of gives you that ability to take the sales tactic out of it. It kind of gives you that freedom to not be salesy. So I would say the anxiety doesn't need to be there because you're not trying to sell them anything. You're just offering them a service. I've heard this tool set through a bunch of different things. Sometimes, like for instance, when you look at this picture, it's not that great. Okay. Well, you can maybe offer to do a professional photography for them. But the downside is that's going to cost you some money. You might spend $100 and you might not get anything out of it. Now that's a good investment because you may get a listing out of it. But in this case, you're offering them a service that is technically free, but you're offering it to them in the fact that you want to give them something of value. Now you have to tell them, hey, listen, if I get any of these leads, I'd love to take care of them. And there is something in it for me, but at the end of the day, I'd love to help you out. And that way, if you ever need anything in the future, I'm hoping that you remember me, okay? So call anxiety, just to eliminate the fact of the sales pitch, and now you don't need to be anxious about trying to sell them something because you're not trying to sell them something. You're simply trying to offer them some value because look, guys, you saw this. Look at, right? I mean, this is as clear as day, right? Look, who's going to get this call first? One of these three. How many people are actually going to click on the property owner information? Probably less than you would think. And they already know that. They've had this listing up for a while, right? And they get that little report that says 150,000 people have looked at your listing and you've gotten no phone calls. They're going to ask that question, okay? Now, Zillow is not the only place that you can find for sale by owners, okay? You can find other for sale by owners through other resources. You know, there's some things on Craigslist that you can find. I have a program called RedX. You can pay for RedX if you want to. I would say don't get into that value yet, but there's about 1,000 leads right now that are currently active for sale by owners. These ones also look through Craigslist and other resources like that. So if you ever need copies of this list, I do pay for this, and I'd be happy to share it with you. Listen, these leads are getting calls from everybody else, so don't think that that's anything crazy. All right, guys, I've got about 7 to 9 minutes left. So questions, throw them at me. Anything.
Hey, Brian, do you have that list available for New Mexico? Or is that just for Texas?
I do have it for New Mexico as well.
Okay.
Like I said, this is if you're getting really heavy into it. For the most part, there's going to be more than enough in Zillow for you to find some listings. I'll be honest, if I looked up just 8800, give me a zip code, 88001.
One.
88001. Yeah, so normally you even got more. No, I put in a different zip code. Hold on.
You know, I think that for the most part, Brian, I think that we're so afraid of hearing no that we don't even attempt it.
Well, but ask yourself this question: what have I tried to sell them? And anybody answer that? And please, like I said, if you think that it's salesy, tell me, because we need to work through that. Have we offered to sell them anything?
No.
We haven't offered to sell them anything. We've offered them simply a service, okay? And who's going to say, I mean, remember, see, here's the thing. Zillow offers a Zillow walkthrough, right? They offer that. They could technically do this on their own. They could. But they're going to have to download the app. They're going to have to learn how to use the app. They're going to have to put the video together. They're going to have to do all that, right? What if for sale by owners not have the time to do? This is the proof in our industry, right? They don't have the time to do that. They don't know how the wherewithal to do that, and they're not going to do it. So this is a way to offer them something of value whilst at the same time benefiting them in the grand scheme of things. You get a nice new brand new iPhone, you can even take a great photo of the front that might be better than what they have currently. So just an extra avenue. Anybody else? Questions? No?
Sorry, Brian, one more. So is there a way to set this up so every time there's a new for sale by owner in that area that I would get notified?
100%. So you just save this search, right? So 88001, there's 8 currently. If I wanted to save this search, and I would have a Zillow account, if I want to know it instantly or daily, I'd just update that search and it would send over to me.
Okay.
Yeah, and guys, like I said, their phone number is ever present, right there at the bottom, okay? And this is in Crucis, right there at the bottom. They have property owner, okay? Not crazy. Add that to a database. Send them a text every once in a while. Say, create value with them. Now, there's a couple parts of this that have to be true and honest. You have to be true and honest in why you're calling them. If you have buyers, have buyers. If you have out-of-town clients, have out-of-town clients. If you have people that you want to show it to people. Don't just use this as a lead generation tool. Use this as a lead generation tool to feed what you're actually trying to do. Second thing, make sure that you follow through with what you tell them. If you say, hey, I'll be out tomorrow to take a video. If you show up on Wednesday, what are they going to tell you? You're a flaky agent and I don't want to deal with you. Because remember, people don't want to deal. People go to for sale by owner because they don't like agents or they don't like the way they do business or any of these things. You need to offset all those items, okay? Do not try to pitch them on my marketing plan. Do not try to pitch them on, oh, I have tons of buyers. Don't pitch them on stuff that's not honest. Pitch them on honesty. Pitch them on the fact that you're trying to offer value to them, okay? What else? Anything? No, guys, no questions? You guys can knock this out of the park easy? All right. Well, then I will go ahead and let you guys be. I appreciate you guys all taking a few minutes to join us. And like I said, if you have any other questions, take this Guerrilla Realty. You can go to their website. They have that free online database, which is fantastic. But if you just type in Guerrilla Realty, 1 second, got another chat. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. So if I just take this and I go to Facebook, guys, they have, this guy is really awesome. He puts some really good trainings on. If I just type in Guerrilla Realty, pops up right there. 15-minute hack to Zillow leads. So this is a narrowed down version, and then he has a deeper one that's an hour long. He puts all his Facebook Live stuff. They do some Craigslist stuff. I mean, they got all kinds of cool videos. And guys, honestly, they're pretty sincere in what they're trying to do. I completely hijacked all of this. I didn't do any of this original. Guys, as Nick says, take it off the stand and roll it. Don't reinvent the wheel, okay? I know he puts it in a different manner. Guys, 4 minutes. Anybody else have any other questions? We can knock out a few more if anybody's got anything. All right, this will be popped into the recording. Guys, please, please, please take those time to watch through those recordings. I will do my best to try and continue to add some value in them, but take it off and roll it. Yes, take it off the rag and roll it. Cool. Guys, appreciate your time. Let me stop the share. I'm going to kill the recording, and guys, have a great afternoon.